Spadroons! Who doesn't love Spadroons, right? So I've been getting into a little bit of saber fencing, British military in the tradition of Roworth and, Taylor and Angelo a bit. And I decided to pick up this synthetic Spadroon trainer from Purpleheart Armory. I was looking into a lot of BlackFencer stuff, but it was out of stock at all the US retailers. So I went with one of the only other options for synthetics out there, which is this Spadroon from Purpleheart Armory. So is it a good substitute for BlackFencer? That I don't know for sure because I haven't held and really used any BlackFencer products. But let's get into this a little bit, and overall I'm going to say yes, it is a good training option. Like I said, I have been getting into some saber fencing, mostly using the Academy of Historical Fencing videos, but also just the sources that they recommend as well, and doing some of the Angelo lessons and stuff like that with the club. We're doing a bit of a study group. And Nick from Academy of Historical Fencing really recommended Spadroons, especially for beginners, because they're, just a good balance of cut and thrust, and they're relatively light, so you can train for a long time and not get too tired. So let's just get into some specs on this. So the overall length, mine is 38.5 inches, or about 98 centimeters. They have it listed a little bit longer on the Purpleheart website, but not significantly so. The blade length is 31.5 inches, so from here to here, or about 80 centimeters. Point of balance, so they say I actually forgot to measure, but they say about 4.5 on their website, 4.5 inches. That seems roughly correct to me. So around 4.5, maybe 5 inches at most, point of balance from the guard. The weight, mine is pretty much right at 700 grams. They have it listed at 770. Mine is not quite that much. It also says 25 pounds force on the thrust. To be perfectly honest, don't really know what that means, but it has a good amount of flex without being like whippy, as one would say. It's I would say pretty safe, but not too soft. So I'm going to go into just a couple of really, really small criticisms first. They don't affect the quality that much or my enjoyment that much, to be honest, but whenever I do a review, I always feel it necessary to give any even small criticisms. Sometimes people criticize me for that, but I feel that it's my duty when I'm reviewing a product to do so. The grip is maybe a tiny bit rough on the hands, bare hands, depending on how soft or hard your hands are. For me, it's not really a big deal. I only usually practice solo for around 20 minutes or so, because that's all I have time for, and it hasn't really bothered me. But that could be a concern. With a glove on, it's of course no problem whatsoever. There is a slightly sloppy weld here going from the knuckle bow into, I guess, the pommel. Once again, does not affect my enjoyment of this whatsoever. It doesn't get in the way. It's not really sharp or anything like that, even bare hand. If my hand slid down there for some reason, it might be slightly uncomfortable, but it's not going to hurt. So once again, not a big deal. The one complaint that I have that I think is somewhat legitimate is that it doesn't have a shell guard like a lot of Spadroons have, and the BlackFencer one does as well. I suppose not all Spadroons do, but it is a pretty common feature, and I think it would have been nice just for authenticity and a little bit of extra hand protection if you're not wearing bigger gloves like this, to have that shell guard there. Not a huge deal though. The knuckle bow is nice, and it has this a little bit, it has kind of a cross too, so it's still a fair amount of hand protection. And once again, doesn't really affect my enjoyment of it. It just would have been nice to have that there, I think. However, because it's not there, it makes it a simpler design, and this seems very, very durable to me. I don't see this breaking anytime soon. You might think down here, because there's a bar going through here, that it might be a weak spot, but I don't think so. The plastic is really thick here, and the metal bar going through, I think, actually probably reinforces it. I don't see that breaking anytime soon, personally. Okay, so I've done a lot of solo drilling with this, and I have sparred with it a couple times and done some partner drills and stuff too. I really like it. It handles great. It's easy. Whoops, sorry, tree. It handles great. It's easy in the hand for lots of different, from all 6 cuts and thrusts. Easy for point work. Balance is relatively close to the hand. And yeah, I really enjoy the handling of it. It feels good. It's fun to spar with. I enjoy training with it. So really, in my opinion, that's the biggest thing. Obviously, I've been wearing the Red Dragon Glove to show that it does fit very well. This is a medium Red Dragon Glove, so I don't see any problem with a large being in there either. The blade has a fuller in there just for fun, take us some weight out, I guess. And it has this blunt tip, so thrusting is pretty safe. I have landed a few thrusts on people, and there was no problem whatsoever in sparring. Okay, so this is $120 at the Purpleheart Armory website, and the BlackFencer version is $125 at South Coast Swords, but it's also out of stock, so you can't really get it right now, and it's $5 more. So to me, this was a great option instead of the BlackFencer model if you're looking to get a Spadroon, and let's face it, who's not looking to get a Spadroon in their life? So this gets a 2 thumbs up for me, for the Purpleheart Armory Synthetic Spadroon Trainer. So yeah, if you're getting into Saber and you want a relatively affordable synthetic option, as long as you don't mind doing some straight Saber, I think that this is a really good option to both solo train, do drills, and spar with. Cool, please let me know what you think down below, or ask any questions if you have them. Please like, subscribe, share this around to people who might find it interesting. You can follow me on Twitter at CorrugatedCav01. Once again, thank you guys for coming by the channel. Be good to each other, and cheers.